Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to PMDZ Online Lecture Room. I am Shah Faisal. Today we will discuss about salt hydrolysis. Before the discussion of salt hydrolysis, we should know about salt. A salt is an ionic compound formed by the reaction between an acid and a base. For example, the acid hydrochloric acid react with a base sodium hydroxide gives us sodium chloride, a salt and water. Some salts are strong electrolytes that completely dissociate in water, and some cases partially dissociate in water. Salt hydrolysis. Salt hydrolysis is a reaction in which one of the ions from salt react with water, forming either an acidic or basic solution depending upon the nature of dissolved salt. The different salts may be classified into the following types according to their hydrolytic behaviors. Number first, salt of weak acid and strong bases. When a salt of weak acid, acetic acid and base sodium hydroxide, a strong base, for example sodium acetate, is dissolved in water, it ionizes an aqueous solution into acetate ion and sodium ion. Being a conjugate base of a weak acid, acetate is a relative strong base. Thus, acetate ion accepts proton from water and undergoes hydrolysis. The resulting solution is slightly basic due to excess of hydroxide ions present. Salt of weak bases and strong acids. When a salt of weak base, ammonium hydroxide, and strong acid, hydrochloric acid, for example, ammonium chloride, is dissolved in water, an aqueous solution, it ionizes into ammonium ion and chloride ion. Ammonium ion is a Bronsted conjugated acid of weak base, therefore it is relatively strong acid. It accepts hydroxide ions from water and forms the unionized ammonium hydroxide and proton. The accumulation of H plus ions in a solution makes it acidic. Salt of weak acids and weak bases. When a salt of weak acid, acetic acid, and weak base, ammonium hydroxide, for example, ammonium acetate, is dissolved in water, it ionizes into acetate and ammonium ion. Since the acid and the base are both weak, their conjugate base and conjugate acid are relatively strong. They accept H plus and OH negative ion respectively from water and undergo considerable hydrolysis. The acetate ion accepts H plus ion from water, forming acetic acid, while the ammonium ion accepts hydroxide ion from water, forming ammonium hydroxide and H plus. The overall hydrolysis may be represented as the pH of the resulting solution will depend on the relative extent of anionic hydrolysis and cationic hydrolysis. The solution of such salt may be acidic, basic, or neutral depending upon the Ka and Kb values of acid and base respectively. If both the ions react to the same extent, the solution will be neutral. Salts are strong acids and strong bases. The salt of strong acid, hydrochloric acid, and strong base, sodium hydroxide, such as sodium chloride, does not show hydrolysis. When sodium chloride is added into water, the sodium chloride dissociates and water to give sodium ion and chloride ion. Since HCl is a strong acid, so chloride ion is very weak conjugate base of HCl. Chloride ion is unable to accept a proton from an acid, particularly water. That is why chloride ion does not hydrolyze. It cannot generate hydroxide ions as follow. Chloride ion is weak conjugate base of HCl, so it cannot accept a proton from water. Similarly, in sodium hydroxide case, sodium ion is not hydrolyzed because it is conjugate acid of a strong base. Thus, the pH of sodium chloride solution remains unaffected and neutral. Assignment: why sodium acetate gives a basic solution while ammonium chloride an acidic solution and water? What is salt hydrolysis? Thank you.